Okay, so I thought I'd let you know about the Black Friday sale that I'm having till today, Monday. So you know that everything in our shop was already 50% off. So with a minimum purchase of $20, get an extra 20% off with the code 20OFF. So that's 70% off everything in our shop. It ends today. Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with layout 9 of 42, and those are 42 pages that I got done at the crop that I went to at the end of October. And I went there with 48 page kits and I ended up getting 42 layouts done. And this one is all browns and yellows, and when I first looked at that I thought, you know what, I'm going to cut two pieces of 6x6, and then I have two 4x4 photos, and we'll see what we can come up with. Most of the layouts I didn't have a plan. Now every even number I did have a sketch in the page kit. So sometimes I would take the sketch and I would use the sketch. Sometimes I would use the sketch as sort of a base to start going, and then I would do my own thing. But I find when I get to a crop like this and I start putting layouts together, I look at what I have in my kit and I start just putting stuff together. Because I decided on two 6x6 for this one, I had a strip of grid paper. This is our grid paper that we have, and I decided to use it in the size that it was in, and it kind of started the base of the layout. You know, I kind of move the grid paper around and say, okay, am I going to connect those two 6x6 together and, you know, start an embellishment cluster like that? Am I going to, I already did my journaling and my titles. For 33 out of the 48, I had the title already all put on some wax paper, and I had my journaling done, so that helped quite a bit. So when I started, I didn't have to worry about a title. My letters were already used up, so that was awesome. And then a lot of times, like you saw when I started there, I kind of had pushed up my journaling card or my grid paper at the top, and then when I actually put it together on the layout, I decided to go with a different way, and it's because of that card. I want to use that admit one card, and because I move that grid paper at the bottom, like that's the perfect spot for a title. So I'm going to move my title there. So even though, you know, when I start moving stuff around, I decide on something, when I actually start gluing down, I still like to move stuff around and see if I can find something else that I might like even more. And I know I sound like a broken record, but I know that there's some of you out there that are still not convinced that page kits is the way to go. And when I used to go to a crop and I didn't have page kits, I would be lucky if I got 5 pages done in a weekend. Now, you know, my total is 42 in a weekend. I don't know if I'll ever be able to beat that. The only thing that I always improve. Every time I go, I find things that I can tweak and improve. And this time I can tell you the fact that I had all my journaling done, but not only that, that I had my titles pre-done on the wax paper. The only thing is I would not do that months ahead. You know, maybe the week before you go, if you have all your page kits ready, you can have all your journaling and maybe think of your title and maybe put your letters in there. But then the week before, go through all your page kits. That wouldn't take long at all. Put a wax paper, spell out your title, and then it's done. It's just done. And when you get there, it's, you know, a few steps that you don't have to do. One thing that I found was that I only had time to cut out my digital prints for 10 of the page kits. And the first night that we got there, I stayed up till, I think it was 11. So I worked from 3 to 11 and I got 11 pages done, which was awesome. It was great because I had 10 page kits that I had everything cut out, so it went really quickly. Now the next day I had 0 page kits that everything was cut out, and I ended up doing 17 pages in way more time. So I account that to the fact that I didn't have everything cut out. So next time, definitely, I'm going to make sure that I make time to cut apart all the digital prints. Once I have my base down, then it's just a matter of moving things around on your layout. So where I always like to do an embellishment cluster where I do my journaling. So right off the bat, I knew that I wanted to do one there. Then that Admit One, that die cut card, I like to do an embellishment cluster attached to like a die cut card. So then that was, embellishment cluster number 2. And then I go through all the embellishments that I have and I start moving things around. I like using 2-inch circles and viewfinders, or you can use squares, tags, something to start your foundation. And then I try to vary the sizes. So one thing that I do love to do is add a circle on a circle. So we have 2-inch circles, and we have 1.5-inch circles and 1-inch circles. So I like to overlay them. I happen to have a die cut that had an X on it. So, X marks the spot. You can always, find a reason why you put a die cut on your page. And then I liked using that big ampersand. So I'm going to do that with the die cut card. It kind of ties both those photos together. I like to add labels, and I cut them in half because why waste them? And once I determine where all my embellishment cluster are, then I just start looking at what I have as far as embellishment cluster in my page kit, and I move it around. One thing that I always like adding on almost all my layouts is some enamel dots. And that's another thing that I made sure that I added to each page kit, because I could just not open my drawer and grab those enamel dots. So I made sure that every page kit had a strip of enamel dots. I don't put the whole package. I cut my enamel dots into strips, and then I divide them by color. And the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put journaling on this layout. And that was fantastic that all my journaling was done, because now I can take those layouts and put them in an album right away. And that's it. That's going to complete this layout. And stay tuned for some photos. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. If you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.